Hello, my friends. TeresaLouise here. Thank you so much for Sunday sewing. Welcome back. So happy that you guys are all here with me. And my word, we have 71 people here already. And I just started. That's great. Thanks. So let's see who we have. Oh boy. Yep, I'm pooped. Pooped already, and I just started. How is everyone? I hope everybody is doing well, that you have a beautiful Sunday wherever you are. And let me get this going. Live chat. There we go. Okay. Wow. Okay, we got Melody, Mona, Diane, Pamela, Paula, Candy. Hello, everyone. Hi, MJ. Okay. Great to see you here, MJ. Let's see. Well, it's great to see everybody. There's Donna Bogart, Della, Paula, Nancy, Linda Denton, Lorene, Lisa. Lisa's Quilting Corner. You have a channel? I'll have to go check it out. Donna Dixon, hello. I'm working on my May Calendar Quilt. I'm working on the Applique flowers. Awesome. I'm going to do that in just a minute. Hey, hey, Heather. Hi, Shelly. 70s and 80s. Oh, well, we have like, might be 60 outside. I was going to post some pictures on Facebook about the snow we have on the south side of the house compared to the snow that's on the north side of the house. Hi, Stir. Hello, Janice. Hi, Roxanne. Hello, Ken. I'm shortened that. I hope you don't mind. Yesterday was 92. Oh my goodness, that is warm. Hi, Zach. Hello, Kim. Hi, Lois. Hello, Teresa. Patricia. Hello. Hello, Terry. Rika. I'm not sure how to pronounce that at all, but hello. Terraborn, I think, last name. I'm terrible with pronouncing things. I'm so sorry. Hello, Carol. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kay. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Susan. Hoot, hoot. Hi, Janine. Hi, Irish lady. Hi, hmm, Linda. Hello. Hi, Gladys. We have Jewel and Kathy and Jacqueline and Jackie, Amy and Brenda from Kentucky. Eva. Hello, Eva. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Janice Miller. Natalie. Hi, Natalie. I don't know why my voice goes up in the air when I when I say hello to when I say the names. Hi, Deb. Hi, Karen. We have Pam. Everybody's just saying hello to everybody. Okay, Lisa's Quilting Corner. She doesn't have any content yet, but she's working on it. Awesome. I'm going to click on your channel. Go to channel. And she has no subscribers, you guys. We need to give her some subscribers. And copy the link. I'll subscribe now. Maybe this will get you motivated. Let me put her channel in here. There. There she is. Okay. Hi, Zandra. Let's see. Who else we have? Well, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Thank you, Terry. So, Lisa, yeah, get us some content so we can check you out, okay? All right. Well, I'm starting over here today because I wanted to show you my progress on the Tula Pink Lineworks quilt that I started with Becca from So Becca, Tiffany's Quilting Life, and Ian, the op quilter, crafter. You know who he is. I'll put his link in here. um, a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, so I just wanted to show you how that's coming along. What do you guys think? This is Tula Pink's line work. It's the black and white fabric, and there's a little bit of color in some of it. And I'm just getting it laid out. I haven't made the final layout yet because I still have quite a few pieces here on the table that I gotta do. And I'm doing the pattern from this Fat Quarter book. And the pattern is called Flutter. It's this pattern. And of course, I didn't start out with fat quarters. What I had was a layer cake, so I had to make my adjustments. So if you're going to do it with your fat quarter, you're going to have a lot more of your pretty fabric in this section right here, because I think it's like 12.5 inches or something like that. But mine measures 9.5 inches. So I had to adjust the pattern to make it fit for what I have. Okay. And I also thought this pretty pink purple would look really good for the cornerstones. And it's the geode pattern, which is really pretty. And I think this is part of her Tula Pink's basic line. So you can usually keep finding they keep making the basic line. So I'm not sure if it's every 6 months or not, but anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with this. And if you have a pattern or if you have fabric that is directional, this pattern works really good for that because you can easily make your fabric be, the way you want it to be, right? So here's one of them. And you could fussy cut what you wanted right in here too. So the other thing you end up with on this is lots of half square triangles. So I did the sew and flip but I sewed the extra line, right? And so I got all of these already sewn. I just got to square them up, half square triangles. And even though it's not in the pattern, I'm going to use them on the border. I thought about using them here in the middle, but they're too small. I could put a border around them so that they wouldn't be, but I don't want it to go to all that trouble. That probably would look kind of cool, but that's a little more work than I want to do. I've been wanting to do this pattern for quite a while, and I also thought this pattern would be really good for Tula Pink because it's a little more on the modern side, right? Not really your typical block. And so I kind of going out of my comfort zone here and doing something a little modern. So that is where I'm at on the line works. And let's see. Hi, Jamie. Thank you, Kim. Hi, Cindy. Okay, so it's Ian from the Off Kilter Crafter. Ian. That's his. I have to look at it so I can say it right. That's a tongue twister. Anyway, might have saw some of you guys over there at Ian's this morning when he was on earlier, and he's doing a really cute pattern from Legit Kits. It's a dog, I believe, and he's very informative. He gives you a lot of tips over there on foundation paper piecing, so you should check him out. Hi, Teresa McBee. Okay, hi, Lori. How's it going? All right, I'm going to go ahead and move you over here, and we'll get to work. Well, I want to show you a couple other things, and then we'll get to work on the May Calendar Quilt, okay? So if you get dizzy easily, you might want to close your eyes right now, okay? I'll try to take it easy, but I don't have enough room on that wall over there to put up that whole quilt, but so I might end up putting it on the bed or on the floor because I want it all laid out before I start sewing it together. Because it's all directional fabric, I pretty much need to do that. So, okay, so here we are back over here. Let me get set up a little bit. I have to move you again. You guys are getting to go for rides too. Free rides. Okay. Oh, yeah, he's doing the boxer. Thank you, Candy. I knew it was a dog. Hi, Jean. How you doing today? Yeah, I'm sorry I had to start a little late today because I needed a nap. Because you guys, sorry I didn't go live last Sunday, but I just have not been feeling well. I do feel better than I did last Sunday, but kind of been in this flare up of my, my fibromyalgia. And yeah, so for like 3 days, I didn't even sew. And it's just it's kind of like a roller coaster right now. So thought I'd just come on for a little while so I could say hello to everybody. And don't worry about me. I'm okay. But I appreciate all of your concerns. Hi, Auntie. How's it going? You're tardy to the party once again. Well, if you want to see the Lineworks Flutter Quilt, you'll have to rewatch the beginning because I've already moved over here, and so now you can't see it. Okay, so what else have I been working on? I've been working on the Tiger Quilt, which is foundation paper piecing. And I've been doing quite a bit of my sewing and stuff downstairs in my little sewing table. And I noticed that Ian, he has a really good system for doing his foundation paper piecing. He has a file folder stand, a mobile unit that he puts all of his fabric in the order. And I wanted to show you how I do it. Now, I probably don't have as much fabric in this project as he has in his, but I'm using just one of my totes. And then I'm not using the called for fabric in this project, but it's the Tiger that I started with Donna over at Handmade by Ying with Donna and Susan Yeah, and Susan, Sewing Sensations by Susan. And we started that over there. I'm doing mine with Batik Fabrics. And this is the first major foundation paper piecing project that I have ever done. And I'm pulling my hair out, really honestly. I'm pulling my hair out. Okay. Oh boy. So the fun part was picking the fabrics. I know a lot of you don't like doing that, but I do. But what I did was with this, you get a color chart, and on the little color chart next to the color swashes, they have a pattern that they use for each color throughout the whole pattern. Okay. And what I did was I made like an extra copy of those, and then I put them on the outside of each bag right here. So like this one says fern. So I know this fabric is the same one they use called fern. Okay. And I just did that on all of these bags. I wrote the name, or I put a little piece of paper on there, taped it on there. This one's called Pickle. So this is the fabric I used for Pickle. And because I am doing it that way, so I did it with all the fabrics, everything. It was easier for me. Now, before I say that, we are doing it in sections. So if you're doing this tiger, this is the first section we're doing, then section 2, 3, and so forth and so forth, okay? But because I'm not using the called for fabric, it was easier for me to, when I did each section, was say, okay, I want to do this whole leaf, okay? So I picked all the pieces that go with that one leaf, right? Or whatever it is. So I picked all of the pieces. I started with this one right here. And that way I could just pick out what greens I wanted to use with that leaf. And then I just had those out. So that made it a lot less confusing for me, was just to have these right at the front, and then, you know, I could grab them easily. So then these are the ones I have finished. Then what I do is this is that leaf, okay? And I'm keeping them all together with a binder clip. All right. So I know that all of these go together to make that one leaf. So that's how I'm doing it. And then the next leaf was let's see, which one was the next one was this one here. So I picked out the greens, which my greens were different, right? And I did them too. And then I just keep them all together. Okay? So I know all of those go together. Oh, and then, so that's that leaf. Then the ivy that they have hanging down here, I got out all the paper piecing for that ivy, picked out the greens I wanted. Here's the greens. Now in the pattern, They changed the ivy pieces here, different colors of green. I didn't do that. I just picked the same green and went with that. So my ivy is going to be one color, the leaves are, okay? One green. And the stem will be something different, which made it actually a lot easier to deal with than changing all of the colors, right? It is, you have to be, what I am finding, for me, I have to be organized with foundation paper piecing, okay? The other thing, when you are, what I have found, when you cut out your pieces, okay, so here's one of the pieces, okay? Go ahead, you're going to see that it has a dotted line here, and then it has a solid line here. So this, between the solid and the dotted, is the 1/4 of an inch. The solid line is where you're going to sew them. That's the line you sew on when you sew all of them together, okay? But because we have so many angles on this, I mean, you got some crazy angles on this because of the leaves, I highly recommend that you leave another 1/4 of an inch away from that dotted line if you can, okay? And when you're putting your fabric on here, go beyond that. You want to go at least a 1/2 inch beyond that, okay? Especially on these angled ones, because if you don't, let me show you what happens. I've had to fix a few. You can fix them without taking it all apart, but it's not easy. All right. So here's what happens. Now, I hope you can see that. So I didn't quite get the fabric all the way like a 1/2 inch or, you know, beyond the end. But I'm still within that 1/4 inch line there. I still would be able to make that work. But it would have been a lot better if that would have been hanging over quite a bit before I trim this down. So these are all trimmed down already. And see here again, I did the same thing up there. Same thing happened right there. And I just sewed a piece of fabric on that right there. You could probably see it, but it's just temporary. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, so because I didn't want to take the whole thing apart and fix it, I just sewed a piece right on top. So I would, okay, now you see how these, when you're doing a foundation paper piecing, if you have these weird angles like this that go off this way, that's what I'm talking about. Make sure your fabric piece that you have is at least a 1/2 inch off, and sew it all the way through. Even though you're supposed to stop on the line, sew it all the way through to the dotted line. Okay, that's gonna, it helped me. It's gonna be a little more work if you do it, but it helped me make sure that I had the fabric there and that you need. But now when I sew this to the next piece, I'm going to have all these, you know, threads that I'm going to have to pull this off of there, but that's okay. I'm willing to do that. This has been a nightmare. If I had it to do over again, I would pick an easier pattern to do foundation paper piecing and get used to the whole process before, I took on something like this. But I am getting there. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going because I think I got it down now. Right? I hope all that made sense. I'm kind of, my brain is kind of brain fogged, but yeah, words are hard today. But I hope that made sense. I wish I had a piece up here I could show you, but most everything is down. Some of my stuff is downstairs. Yes, definitely small. Start small and simple. Like I should have started with one of those little hummingbirds. Did a couple of those. That would have been fun. Right? Now I did do some of those the kite quilt that I'm doing. I did do some of those. That's a totally different, totally different monster. It's much easier. Yes, cut your fabric bigger than you think. Definitely. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Yeah, when I finish, I feel like I am a pro for sure. And she gets the brain fog. Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. Hi, Mama Harden. Anyway, I wanted to give you an update on that. That's my update for you. And it has been nice to have a project to take downstairs and watch TV with the hubby and all that stuff. So I'm glad I have the room down there too and the extra sewing machine. It's not as big a space as this, but that's okay. All right. It works. It's kind of like putting your sewing machine on the dining room table, almost. Let's see, Mona said, I bend the piece I need fabric for down and make sure it covers. That way, when you flip, it will fit. Yeah. The other thing I've been using quite a bit is the glue stick. Because it's not permanent glue, it'll wash out. I've been using that quite a bit too. Kim says, I think it's beautiful when done. Perfect points and so many fabrics all working together, but I just can't do it. For some reason, my brain can't wrap around it. I know it's hard to remember that, how the fabric goes, If you get that first piece down correctly, which is the pretty side is up on the wrong side of the paper, that helps. And if you use batiks or solids, there's not a wrong or right side really to them. I mean, I know there is, but it's so little that you really can't tell. So that's one of the reasons why I'm using petites, is because it doesn't matter. I can, what side I turn, right? I'm not planning on doing the block of the month legit kit. No. And no, I don't know what the pattern will be. Terry said it's hard to get it, but once you get it, you can do it in your sleep. The first ones I did gave me a headache. I don't know why I went back to it, but I love it now. It is actually, once you get it down and you get those little tricks, you have to figure out what your trick is for sure. And once you get those down, I do think it is enjoyable for sure. But you are going to waste a little bit more fabric, but I think once you get it down, you'll waste less fabric. And I've been using like fat quarters and half yards cuts of fabric. And I kind of look at so I look at the section that I'm going to be doing. And okay, so like this one, see how they're long, right? You have long pieces of fabric. So I kind of measure those. So I say, well, it looks like about 1.5 inches for this bigger one. So I cut 2.5 inches. Okay. And I just cut a long strip. So I'll have a bunch of 2.5-inch cut strips for these pieces because there'll be, you have to look at the whole piece, kind of determine how many you need. So I'm going to need quite a few because there's quite a few of these, right? And I look and see like which is the biggest part right here. And then I would measure it, right? Measure it. Okay. 2.5-inch strip would work for that. So I just cut the whole strip 2.5 inches. I don't measure this all out and try to make it at an angle or anything like that. I leave it all 2.5 inches. And then I put it down. And then, you are going to have some waste because right here is not 2.5 inches, right? But you can have other opportunities to use those small pieces in other areas of your project. So don't throw any of that stuff away. Okay, so here's another example of not getting the fabric long enough. Now, that piece is going to be right on the sew line. So I'm going to have to come in here and do something about that. I'm not sure what yet. See, and I didn't realize that it was wrong until I went to trim it down. By then, I had all the pieces on there. So we'll see. I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that one. English paper piecing is done by hand. They do use paper, usually like hexies, little hexie papers or other, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Well, it could be a triangle or other designs, it could be a circle, but they use a piece of paper, they put the paper on there, or they put the fabric on the paper, and then fold the paper over. Let me grab my English paper piecing. Hold on. So here's a English paper piecing project that I'm working on. Okay, this is all hand sewn, and get that over there. I'm using hexie papers. So here's the back. You wrap the fabric around the paper, then you either use glue or you thread and you go around and hold the fabric on there. Then you sew these together by hand. So that's English paper piecing. And this is done by machine. And you usually have a pattern that you're following. And it's foundation. Okay. So this paper is called the foundation. And you sew on top of that. Okay. I hope that made sense. Hi, Kathy. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're joining us today. So, I think this is very relaxing. And you can take your hexie pieces with you wherever you want to go. If you have a doctor's appointment or something like that, and start sewing your little, put your fabric around your hexies and sewing those down. Now, some people use the glue, like this glue stick. That didn't really work for me. They kept coming apart, so I just did the thread method. And I do not have a video on this, but I can recommend somebody, and that's Kate from the Last Homely House. She does a lot of English paper piecing, and she has quite a few tutorials on how to do it. So you might want to check her out. Well, you drove home after all that. No, I didn't sew all of this at a doctor's appointment. I'm just saying, if you have a doctor's appointment, this is some handwork that you can take to sit and do while you're waiting in the waiting room. Oh my God, I must have been waiting like 3 days or 4 days. That's funny, Mona. Okay. Oh, I wish I could order Chinese. But there's nobody delivering Chinese. I'll have to put that out on Facebook. Anybody going to Grangeville or Lewiston this week, let me know so you can bring me home some Chinese. Oh, you were talking to Donna. Okay. That's funny. Okay, so calendar quilt. Oh, all right. So, but before that, I'll tell you the progress on. This is the next quilt I'm putting on the Longarm. Okay. This was the Halloween quilt that I made last year. I think it was last year. Yeah. It hasn't been Longarm yet. I did do a video on this, and this was using fat quarters and cutting them differently and putting them all together. So you could check that video out if you want to see that. So this is going on the Longarm. I showed you this last time. I still haven't got the binding done, but I do have part of it done. Okay, so I'm hoping I'm going to work on it this afternoon and finish getting this done so I can get it mailed out. But anyway, so binding in progress. As you can see, I use binding clips to hold that down. All right, so I'm going to set that over here. So those are some of the, a few of the projects that I just kind of been rotating through this past week. Also, I got a really nice, well, my address doesn't matter, but the other person's address might. I got a, look at the envelope, you guys. Isn't that cute? I got a thank you card from Millister. She won the quilt from me, And she sent me a thank you card. Isn't that pretty? And sometimes the simplest things means the most. Thank you so much for your kindness. Isn't that pretty also in there, inside that card? So thank you, Mel. That's really sweet of you. I'm going to put this card out because it's just so pretty. It is spring. Hi, Kathy. Can I get the January, February, March, April pattern for the calendar quilts, Kathy P? Is that what you're asking? There is a link in the description box under this video to Amazon where you can get the little booklet and the patterns for the calendar quilts. So it's called over on Amazon. It's like 17 something. Kim Schaefer's Calendar Quilts, 12 months. Oh, Susan just got home from Virginia. Awesome. Yeah, show some love, you guys. Give me some thumbs ups. Okay, so we're on May because we're trying to get them going ahead of time, right? I'm behind, as you all well know. This is the May one. And I have the background back done for May. So now I just need to do the applique. I did it a little different, you guys, okay? And this is April. And I've had it hanging downstairs. I just brought it up today. So here's April. And okay, so here is for May. This one is going to be a little bit bigger. So what I did was I have a charm packs of Lori Holt, right? And instead of cutting these squares down to the size that I needed and wasting that fabric, I just kept them at 5 inches, okay? So it is going to be a little bit bigger than the normal quilt, all right? It'll be 22 and a half. So it'll be like 2 inches bigger, 2 inches wider, and then it's about 31 and a half, and about 2 inches longer. So then instead of doing, and I've been doing this in all of them, instead of doing the squares in the middle, I just figure out the size piece of fabric that I need for the middle piece, cut that out and sew it in. So I just have a solid piece of fabric in the middle. Okay. So it's a little different. It's going to be a little bit bigger, but if you have charm squares, you know, why cut them up, you know, to the size that you need? The center size piece is 'Let me grab my tape. In fact, I want to write that down too because okay, the center size is, so if you want to do it that way, looks like 14 by 22 3/4. So, yeah. So that center piece is 14 by 22 3/4. Okay. So if you want to do it like how I did it, and you know, the reason why I'm doing the middle as one solid piece instead of squares is I figure, well, it's time saving, number one. Okay. This saves time. Number two, the flowers and all the other stuff are going to be covering it up anyway. And I figure why cover up my piecing work? Okay. Why not just have a solid piece? So that's why I'm doing it that way. And then this time I'm not going to add the little squares here on the outside. I might like add bumblebees or the butterfly, the ladybug, add a few more of those around on these blocks here. And the only reason I'm not doing that is because, you know, not doing the little square in a square is to save time. Now, if I didn't have a YouTube channel and have a million other projects, then I might do it exactly how the pattern is. But it's doubtful because you know, if you guys know me at all, you know, what do? I change the patterns. I always change something in the pattern. Okay, Joyce, thanks for popping in. Have a great day. Yes, Lily. The pattern, to me, the pattern is a suggestion. Now, sometimes, you know, when you're putting blocks together, you know, you kind of need to follow that pattern. I understand that, but a lot of times, like for instance, on the sew sampler boxes, when I do those quilts are small. They're like baby size to close to lap, maybe wall hanging. And when I make a quilt, I want it to be like a nice size lap quilt or a twin or queen. And so I always increase their patterns. But I'm still basically following the pattern. I'm just making it bigger. Hi, Gia. How are you doing? Tiffany's doing okay. Thank you for asking. Yeah, exactly, Sandy. Hi, Sandy. How are you doing? She says, I like the fact that you're using the pattern, but giving it your own twist and making it yours. Exactly. And that's why I agree with Lily when she says the pattern is a suggestion. And I always think that we should make it ours. And if you don't want those colors, blues and light greens, pick your favorite color. That when you think of May, what colors do you think of? I think of light colors, so that's why I use light colors. They actually use quite a bit of green in these calendar quilts. So anyway, let's get going on the applique part. Thank you, Stitchin' Crazy. Yeah, we have mud too, because the snow has been melting. I'll put some pictures of what the snow level is. I took pictures this morning. Okay, so I have all my fabrics in a box, and the pattern book. You get the instruction booklet. It's really tiny or thin, and then you get all the patterns inside. Okay. And that is Calendar Quilts by Kim Schaefer's, and you can find that over on Amazon. So here's the pattern pieces, and here's my box of fabric, and I'm mostly using Lori Holt, and I have 4 charm packs. One is called Calico, and the other is Bee Plaids. So those are the ones I'm using. Plus, I had a bunch of other fat quarters of hers, so I'm using those too. But for now, I'm not picking fabric yet. I'm going to trace my pattern pieces. Oh no, Mary says it's snowing. Do I have a favorite month? Just April, because that's the month I was born. Right? That should be my favorite month. But I do like summer. I have a favorite time of the year is spring and summer. And I do actually like fall because it starts to cool off, right? Okay, here we go. So I have it laid down. Here's my fusible. I'm going to trace my patterns onto that. And I think I will do my flowers first. Let me get this over here. We've been having it snowing off and on all week, but it's not really sticking. Okay, Lisa. Lisa said on the FPP, pull out some of the stitches on that row, a few back, and then add a bit to the end of that green strip, then resew. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try. That's okay. You don't have to have the pattern stir. Thank you, Gia. Lots of prayers for sure. Oh, Donna is using felt for the leaves and stems. Boy, the wind, oh my goodness. The wind just picked up. I like that one, Jamie. She said, Lori Holt says that you are the boss of your quilt. That's exactly right. Okay, let me go back down here. Oh my goodness, Kim says, I finally counted my finished tops. I have 19 plus 3 that are sandwiched and ready to quilt, plus 3 unfinished. And I have enough to keep me busy for a while. Sure sounds like it. Oh, happy birthday, Brenda. My birthday is this month also. I will be 61, if anybody's counting. But happy birthday. Awesome. Okay, Stitching Crazy. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Enjoy your dinner. What day? What day is my birthday? The 28th. 28th. I have a cup of cocoa. All right. Doesn't look like they numbered the leaves, so I'm going to number them so I know which, because they don't look to be the same exact size. Wonder why they didn't do that. They must have forgot. All right. I'm going to number this. This flower is 10, so the 10A, 10B, 10C. It's on the left, 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 and 10E on the right, 10F on the right, and 10G on the right. Okay. Oh, thanks, Julie. Yeah, I got to number them so you know where they go. For sure. Okay. And you want to trace on the back, not on the glue side, but on the black side. Okay, so that was 10A left. And I've been doing mine raw edge applique, which is also faster than doing needle turn applique. Left. Oh, wow, Teresa. She said the 23rd, her and her husband would have been married 49 years. My daughter will be 13 on the 25th, and my youngest daughter will be 37 on the 27th. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. That's right. Born in the month of the diamond. What a great month, huh, ladies? So you get to get a diamond one way or another. Okay, 10C left. Now, if one of the leaves are overlapping, the part that is overlapped, just draw dashes. So that way it'll tell you, it'll remind you that something else goes over the top of that. Okay, so just dash marks. You see how I drew the leaf out, but right here I did dash marks. And that tells me that something is going to be over the top of that. So number them and do your dash marks. So it could be either over the top of it or right alongside of it. Okay, because some of these leaves have right alongside of it. 10 F right side. Even though, see, they should give you the dash marks on here, but on this pattern, but they didn't. That's okay. You can put them in. And that really is helpful. So you know how they lay. Does that make sense, I hope? Oh, that's good, Susan. You're gonna pay taxes if you don't have to. I think once you reach a certain age, you shouldn't have to pay anymore. All right. I'm going to keep going on these leaves. Okay, this flower, I'm going to call it flower number 7. So I'm going to 7A, 7B, left. So sometimes you need to do some little tricks to help you remind you where things go. Because you might not get back to this for, you know, a week or two, right? And I try and squeeze everything in, you know. Try to not waste too much of this paper. And then B left. Seven C left. Oh, Kathy. Yeah, I heard that. Kathy said that Vicky passed away this morning. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes, that's so true, Terry. Um, it was Vicky Lemire. She was a part of everyone's community. We will all miss her so much. Yes, thank you, Linda. Eternal rest grants unto Vicky. May she rest in peace. I didn't even know she was sick. So sorry to hear that. And I haven't been watching YouTube, okay, much at all. Oh my goodness, Terry. Vicky wasn't diagnosed until about 10 to 12 days ago. Yeah, I was fast. Seemed like she was just working on her windows and roof and all that other stuff. Gee whiz. I'll send out prayers for her family and her husband. The stem is all one piece and is sewn in the bottom between the seam allowance. Oh, Heather, you must be, I don't know who you're talking to, but I don't know. Oh, really? Terry said she was on Kathy's channel with us when she called the ambulance herself. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, exactly, Kim. Did seem like she was in pain quite a bit with her back, I thought. Okay, that's 5. Well, I bet her husband is just beside himself. Didn't she took care of him quite a bit? Oh, that's true, Susan. Yeah, I thought he was in a wheelchair too. Yeah. Hmm. What was oh, maybe I could go back and look. Lemire, Sandy. I think is how you say it. Okay, so what are you guys working on today? Are you guys, anybody sewing or doing some sort of artsy crafty thing? Okay, 5A left. This is a little bit time consuming, drawing these all out, cutting them, then getting your fabrics. My favorite part is getting the fabrics. Left. But this is kind of relaxing too, you know, it's no big deal, right? Reminds me when I was in school. Yeah. Right side. E. Right. Okay. Great. I have all of my leaves done. Oh, Linda is ripping seams. Thought I had one seam left to go. Sewed all day on crinkle cut. Yeah, I saw you over there, Mona. Barbara Jean is just watching me. Well, I'll try not to pick my nose. Just kidding. Yeah, I agree, Sandy. Sir says quilting on a very colorful geometric quilt and very, very, very simple quilting. Awesome. Heather is doing chores, haircuts, showers, and meds for the minions and myself since we got strep again. Oh no, Heather, not again. Hi, Luane. Working on 25 square blocks to copy my quilt Mom made me a few years back. Oh, fun. Candy is cross stitching. Irish Lady is working on string blocks and crumb blocks. No, I haven't heard from Yvette Renee. No, go ahead, Susan. You can put whatever link in there you want. That's why you're the moderator. If you put something in there I don't like, I'll zap it. You put it in and I will, did you put it in already? I probably didn't even see it. Oh, okay, there it is. See if I can pin the message. There, I pinned it to the top. So, Vicky's GoFundMe page to help their family out with expenses. I put up there. Wow, you guys, we have 166 people here and 111 thumbs ups. That's awesome. Thanks, you guys. Why is your head spinning, Jean? And Heather Gamble is watching me also. Valerie made a mouse. Hi, Valerie. Mouse pad. Marshall's Dry Goods had a sale on Timeless. Timeless Treasure. So I ordered beautiful fabric this morning. Oh, fun. Thanks, Mona. I used to get strep throat all the time when I was young, Heather, so I know it is terrible. Hi, Sarah. How are you doing? Cutting out a handbag pattern. Oh, that sounds like fun. Okay. Thank you for sharing, you guys. All right, so I'll put this down a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I got all the leaves traced. Now I'm going to do the flowers. And again, they don't have them marked all, so I will go ahead and mark them. They started to mark them, but so I'll call this 7A, 7B. Probably doesn't matter, but 7D, 7. Okay, so this one. This looks like it's all one piece. That will make it a little bit harder. Terry's been working on FPP as well. Big cats. Oh, that sounds pretty. Oh, I think I saw one of your FPPs, Terry. Oh, that don't sound good, Candy. She had thrip and tonsillitis. I get lost in the squirrel hole too. I have that fear of missing out thing. I want to do what everybody's doing, and I'm going to have to learn to say no. Yeah, was it a lion or a tiger that was black and white? I'll have to go look again. Okay, I'll mark this as 5. I'm just marking this pattern here with the numbers I want them to be. Okay. I'm always swirling, says Mona. I know, I hear you. I might have to get another piece of this fusible out. Oops. I missed. All right. Now, I don't use all of this fusible, like this great big, the circles. I won't use all that fusible in there. I'll either use glue or I'll do the Pat Sloan method where she just cuts out the middle part here. So I'll make another circle in a circle. If you want to see that technique that she does, hop over to Pat Sloan's channel and check that out. So now I have all this middle that I can still use for other things. I don't know if you can see that. See, I traced a circle in a circle. So when I cut this out, it'll just be this strip. And then that's the only piece I'll use on my fabric. So I won't have all that glue in the middle. So now I can use this whole piece in the middle for other things. And I'll do that with all the flowers. Yeah, looks like I'm going to have to get another piece out. Susan, you have blonde roots. Oh, the seam ripper that you put on your finger? It works great. Wonders? Huh. Is that like the one we got in the Sew Sampler box? You didn't actually put it on your finger, but it was a small one like that. Now, I could do the same thing with the petals, which I might do, because I'm probably not going to want to use all that in my petals, especially if I'm going to quilt inside of these. Don't really want all that goop in there getting on my needle. But I do use lightweight fusible, so let's see, 7C. So that helps. And you can buy needles that are resistant to the glue, applique glue. I haven't tried them, but I have heard. I hear you, Susan. Oh my goodness, Heather, that's terrible. Yeah, that was fun. That's the bad thing about kids. They just bring home the crud from school, right? That's why I don't go to any of the school activities here. You know, like, I'm sorry, but I don't like Christmas plays and stuff like that, or because I do not want to pick any of that stuff up. I was sick enough in December, November and December. Plenty sick enough. This doesn't have to be perfect either, because these patterns are actually kind of, oh, what's the word? Raw edge applique reminds me of kind of like folk art. Or I know there's another word for it, but I can't. Exactly, Auntie. Primitive, yes. Thank you. I knew somebody would think of it. Yeah, kind of like primitive, folk art, primitive, yep. And I kind of like that look, so. Sarah said she was at the doctor Thursday and they said strep throat was pretty bad right now. Oh, I definitely would do that. Wear a mask, definitely. Yeah. And my husband, he doesn't have a spleen, and he only has one kidney. So he's got to be really careful. But you know what? He did not um, get sick from my stuff at all. When I was sick in when I was sick in November and December, he did not catch that from me both times, and I was super sick in November. And I cannot believe he didn't catch it. But you know what he's been taking? Oregano drops. Okay. Our neighbor is pretty heavy into herbal remedies and stuff. And she told him about oregano drops. And he's been taking that religiously. And he has not been sick for 2 years. At least 2 years. I can't take it because it burns my stomach, so I wish I could take it, but I tried it once, and if you have stomach problems, you think twice before taking that, but it's been working for him. Might think I don't know if you could get your kids to take that, Heather, but he puts it in V8 juice, little shot glass of V8 juice, and he puts one little drop of that in there. And every morning, that's what he does. Yeah, whimsical. That's the other word, whimsical. Thank you, Marla. Yeah, I'm going to have to get another sheet of this. Yeah, I would use acidophilus, Heather, with your kids. If you could get them to take that. I had a friend who, her kids were always getting ear infections. And she started giving them acidophilus. So as soon as they started getting sick at all, she just started cramming the acidophilus down their throats. And yeah, she had 3 daughters, all around the same age. Well, two years apart, whatever. And it started working. Their ear infections went away. That stuff is pretty good. I like that stuff because it especially if you're on a lot of antibiotics. Acidophilus is a fluoride, replaces the good fluoride back into your system because you need that stuff, I wonder how she did this little butterfly rings. The look on there. Well, it looks like they were cut out, but you could do that with your quilting. Yeah, it's in yogurt, but you can also get it in the capsules. All right, you guys. An hour and a half. I got to go finish putting my stew on too. So that's about how much I got done. Of course, I gave you an update and did a lot of visiting on the channel. Yeah, garlic. I use a lot of garlic in my cooking. I love garlic. Uh, I probably shouldn't because of my stomach problems, but because I have silent reflux issues. So, anyway, thanks you guys for joining me. I really appreciate seeing all of you, and big prayers and blessings go out to all of you um, in need right now. And yeah, just know that I'm praying for you, with you, and I appreciate all of you being here. So I might try and pop on during the week sometime in the afternoon, just go live and keep working on this because we got to get this one, our May calendar, done before May. So anyway, big hugs, big prayers, and thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye for now.